Dad's away. Let's go, dude.
I'm so hungover, man, from last night. Still. What's going on? Welcome into the DNVR Nuggets Podcast. We are live on a Wednesday from this chilly studio in Colfax in York. Presented by Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up. Download the app. Shout out to Bet365, the presenting sponsor of this show. Great show coming up today. We got hangover takes. I got some from the arena last night that I did not share. We can't wait to share those. We've got a new top 100 that just dropped, courtesy of the Ringer. We've got some news. We got some transactions to go over. A lot of stuff to get to. And of course, we'll be talking Jamal Murray, the story of the Nuggets preseason so far. I'm Harrison Wynn. I got D-Line with me.
I can't believe you buried the lead.
What's that?
We're going to dive headfirst into Zyngate.
Zyngate.
We're going to figure out what was going on with Harrison at the arena last night. It was a lot of cause for, it was
a lot of controversy, a lot of discussion.
I just need to correct you already. You said Harrison.
Oh, yeah, dude.
His name is now
dive.
Harrison.
We have to dive headlong into the Harrison controversy. He says no. We say yes.
We'll go to the tape. We'll go to the tape. Also, back on the show, it's Brendan Vogt.
Back on, take two at being back on.
Yeah.
I made it through pregame last night, and then I was like, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
I figured you guys need some reinforcements on an off day, so let's do it, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. You need two in order to triangulate something like this. You need two angles. My perspective on Harrison. Your perspective, it's like the Zapruder film. You gotta.
I want to throw out right off the bat. I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers this has happened once before.
No,
it was months ago. It was months ago.
Is that our top story?
Yes,
our top story.
That's you didn't realize this is the scuttlebutt in Nuggets world.
Okay, so let's go to it now. Our top story before we get to hangover takes. I called in from the arena last night.
Yeah.
And it sounded a little weird. Should we roll the tape and then kind of react to it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, let's roll the tape, Kale. Let's hear it.
Ish Smith was also here.
He was?
NBA champion Ish Smith, yeah.
In what capacity? What was he just hanging out?
He's a scout. He's a scout now.
He's a scout for the Wizards.
Okay.
It's so blatant that it has to be something like it can't just be like Harrison kind of has one now when we're making fun of him because it's gone now.
I'm not gonna lie. After that played and I went back and listened to it, I was actually worried about me potentially developing a list.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. And like not only developing a list, like an out of body, like not being in control of what's going on in your world, not recognizing it.
I was a little like freaked out for a second. I was actually trying to see if something happened to my voice.
Yeah.
Dev was really getting in my head about it. Not gonna lie. He's been in this DMs on Slack all day, like teasing me about it. He's way in my head right now. Yeah. I didn't have anything in my mouth.
Are we sure? Can we check the take one more time? I swear there's a little bulge. Let's check it one more time.
I don't think so.
Ish Smith was also here.
He was?
NBA champion Ish Smith, yeah.
Okay, now the more you say it, my mouth is like not moving there.
It's not.
It really looks like you had something in your lower lip. Like it looks like it.
I definitely did not.
Wynn's not even a Zyn guy. You know what I mean? Like if you were like, hey, Spencer had a Zyn in his mouth.
Yeah, and then you were like, Spencer, do you have a Zyn? He's like, no. And then you'd be like, he probably just forgot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was in there, but like.
Well, look, here's all I want to say is if any brave souls in the chat remember this, I think this has happened once before.
There's no way this has happened before.
Months ago, when you were still going to the arena, You were there and you called in and you had a slight lisp and someone made fun of it in the chat.
That is not a slight lisp.
I know.
That is a full-on serious lisp.
At the end, I was like, Kale, whatever button you press to give Harrison a lisp, please do it again.
Yeah.
And then I felt bad because I thought, what if I just made fun of a real developing lisp for my new friend, But
Okay, so help. What's going on? We've talked about this more than once, and I still don't feel like I have an answer.
There is no way I was talking like that last night at the game.
No, people would have said something to you.
Like,
People would have said something to you.
people would have given me at least a look.
So what? I need one explanation. I've not received a
Can we
single
play it again, Kale?
Roll
Can we
it
play
back.
it again?
Ish Smith was also here.
He was?
NBA champion Ish Smith, yeah.
In what capacity? What was he just hanging out?
No, he's a scout. He's a scout now.
He's a scout for the Wizards.
He's a scout.
Okay,
Is
the fact that I was saying Ish Smith so many times.
Scout,
and
a scout for the Wizards.
Okay, like I want to I want to think it's like something up with your mic or like
Definitely,
the connection.
definitely.
It has
That's
to
what
be,
happened, yeah.
But then none of the other consonants sound wrong. Like everything else sounds normal except for the S's.
Well, listen, I'll go to the arena next time. We'll see what happens. We'll see how I sound.
mean, I don't know. Was it the coming through my headphones? Was it something with my computer? I don't know. It's honestly still a mystery.
Why is it that only I cannot, I swear to God, you just had a zin in your mouth. You won't come clean,
did
and it's
not.
making us all insane.
I've actually never done a zin in my life.
Ruby Madness.
I would
is
never
tearing
do
us
that.
apart. He's not a Zen guy. That's the
Not
thing.
a Zen guy.
Again, this has happened before.
He's also not a lisp guy, and
has
I've never,
happened before.
Not a
I've
lisp
never
guy.
heard of this happening with any microphone ever. It's like
know.
a filter. I'm losing my mind.
The lisp filter? Is there a lisp
I don't
filter
know,
on
dude. I'm
eCam?
There's no explanation.
There is no explanation. I don't know.
Well,
right,
now that we got the top story out of the way,
The worst part, no
didn't-
conclusion.
no
We're just-
resolution.
We're just mad, dude.
You're mad. You're mad?
I'm just mad. That's all I'm left with.
you could see the part. I won't expose it, but you could see the part in the Slack where Dev was starting to get to Harrison today. You could see the part where I was like,
he's in my head for sure. I think Dev is hoping I actually have a lisp now.
Oh, for sure.
That's where he's coming
to
from.
be honest, it'd be an incredible addition to the show.
Yeah.
For you to be like, I can't, it's super impressive. Good stuff. Wow. Okay.
Let's go to the hangover.
Yeah.
Let's go to our hangover takes from last night's win.
Do you get a hangover from a Zen, or that's okay?
No, sometimes they poison you though.
Right.
I was at the arena. I got some hangover takes I did not get to on the call because I was ushered off of there before I said everything I had to say. Vogt, you watched the game last night.
I did. I watched most of it with the guys. Before
Hangover
I gave
takes
up.
from you?
Yeah, I actually did not watch the show last night, guys. I put myself to bed, so I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys have hit some of these. Obviously, I see what David Adelman saw, what everyone else saw from 27. Jamal Murray looks like he's in shape. Jamal Murray looks like he's ready to go. Jamal Murray looks like he's willing to shoot threes. These are all super welcome developments to me, particularly the in shape part. But all right, let's just say that it's covered now. I think the 3-point rate is really, really interesting. Is he going to be more sugar happy from deep? Because I've always felt like there was a version of Jamal that could be even more potent offensively. And it's a guy that let it fly from deep. I said this on the pregame show last night. When he was at Kentucky, he actually used to shoot more threes than twos. And before last night, that was the case in this preseason as well. So is Jamal going to shoot more threes? I hope so. And he looks really confident right now shooting them. So it's really fun to watch him play basketball.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You got up 8 threes in 27 minutes.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Would that be your big takeaway from the game, Jamal Murray?
Jamal Murray looking good. Jamal Murray looking like he's in shape, but also Jamal Murray looking like he's hunting the 3-point shot, which I think can take him to like another level.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. I mean, I think all three of us had the same big takeaway on the show last night. I got scooped by both Dev and Adam.
Right. You're like, I want to say it.
No, they both screamed at Kale to fire it up. It was ridiculous.
That's crazy.
It was ridiculous.
That's your corner. Yeah, you can't do that.
Not only it's like they didn't borrow my car, they stole it.
Yeah, that's
disgusting.
There was also one particular snipe where you were literally winding up to do it.
Yeah,
and
Adam just
said
zipped
it
right
before you.
And the worst part is that Kale has no allegiance, no alliance. He fired it up. Anybody asks him, he'll do it.
I had some more too, but I don't want to step on Harrison.
Well, with Murray, so being at the arena and seeing Jamal, it was a little different than seeing him on TV. Like in person, Jamal looks like he's playing so fast.
Yeah.
Like he is quick, man. He is obviously in really good shape right now. He's playing fast. He's playing with a purpose. Everything he does, it seems like it's done with a purpose. All his movements, stopping and going, and just where he is on the court, getting to the 3-ball. And he also looks like he's having a great time out there. Like he looked happy to be out there last night. He's smiling. He's talking crap. He's talking shit. He's engaged in a way that we don't usually see him in the preseason.
Did you see who he was talking smack to specifically? Zach Collins. And I tweeted this last night. I don't think the Nuggets ever think about Zach Collins.
No, of course not. Until you see him. And then you're like,
probably because you forget what team he's on.
Right. And then I'm sure every time Jamal sees him, he's like, I just remembered I hate you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you go home and you go to that old bar and you're like, oh, this guy.
Oh, this guy. Yeah. You're
it's
like
when you're at the neighborhood bar during Christmas break
and it's
or
like,
something. Everybody's
it's like
back
this
home.
this guy you went to school with. You're like, do you still live here? Like,
Zach Collins, who you may remember for making a particular gesture at the crowd in a playoff series.
I've never
weird gesture. Who makes that?
I have a special place in my
10-year-old kids.
I have a special place in my brain where a few things have been stored, like that, cakes on.
Okay, we can probably stop there.
Like,
stop there.
No, but like Ty Lawson's cakes on the low tweet, like stuff like that. Where you're like, this is so bizarre.
D-Line's junk folder, and then also
it's the junk in my trunk. Yeah.
Also, when he got dunked on by Mike and then ran up on a guy who had 3 back surgeries and shoved him from behind. And like Mike is not the toughest nugget, you know?
Right.
Like I think he's not the enforcer. And even he grabbed him by the throat. Like I don't think anyway, it's not that important. I just think it was fun for me when I realized that's who he was pointing at. Anyway.
Yeah. Zach Collins plus 12 last night.
Oh, I take it all back. Good for him.
Plus 12.
Plus 12.
Oh my God.
You know what else I noticed that I really liked?
What's that?
So I was sort of looking at Christian Braun in stages of getting to the rim.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he got to the rim well. He actually wasn't super great at finishing at the rim yet. 2 years ago. Last year, he turns into mini Giannis at the rim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you remember, we are almost laughing about it. He's putting his head down. Like he's not passing the ball, but he's going to score. One time he passed on a fast break and Russell Westbrook actually clapped for him, remember?
Yeah.
This year in the preseason, it looks to me like there's a third layer he's adding to this now, which is, okay, I've learned how to get to the rim. I've learned how to get to the rim and finish. Now he's picking his head up and there are these late dishes. Particularly there's like little late dish passes to Jokic in the paint, you know? Mm-hmm. And Adam's talked about this a bunch. Like if Christian can kind of add playmaking, I think specifically when he's driving, going from a guy who just scores all the time to then being able to pick your head up and going, oh, they're contesting this layup. 15's wide open. Here's an easy pass.
Man, my buddy Blaze told me one thing one time that like always sticks with me. He was talking about hockey and like what changes for you in hockey is like the first time you're able to control the puck without looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you keep your head up and it's kind of like what you're talking about, but it's just like levels of comfort that you get with you're not terrified about losing the ball. You're actually starting to think about like just strategically, you know, it's like anytime you progress in a sport, it's like in my own beloved racket sports, it's like you spend all your time trying to master just making these shots. And like once you make them, you stop thinking about how to make them. It's like, how do you pick the right one at the right time to put it in the right place where they're not expecting it? And that is how it all works in sports in general. It's like, you just have to get certain things they just move to the back part of your brain, back there with cakes on the low and that awful gesture from Zach Collins. And you just start thinking about like what to do. And I agree with you. Like it's just the comfort with him, I think is what I think and the calm that he's playing with.
Yeah,
It's like
slowing down another.
but it's like
level.
it's like calm, like from like a serial killer. It's like just it's
nice.
like eerily calm coming
Right.
from Christian. I love it.
Right. Another thing that I noticed about CB was his chemistry with Yoke.
Yeah.
Like they ran a couple DHOs early in the first quarter, and you're like, oh, that'd typically be Yoke and Jamal running it.
Mhm.
But it seems like Yoke's looking for Christian Brown on those DHOs. Like he's looking to play the 2-man game with him.
Well, he's got a bunch of guys he can do it with, right?
Yeah.
Who can dribble. Like you could do it with Mike, but Mike was looking to shoot off that. Cam can dribble. And you so like, yeah, remember when he used to turn around and he'd see Torrey Craig and they'd be like, that's not gonna work. And he'd
Right.
turn and go the other way.
Well, I think he used to do that with Christian.
Exactly.
And now he goes with him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And so I just think their chemistry, and I think a lot of people don't know, they're actually closer than you probably think. Like they have the locker next to each other. They sit next to each other on the plane. I just think their chemistry, and I think CB's picked up a lot from Yoke over the last couple of years, especially. Their chemistry is getting to a different level as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're seeing that on the court. And if you think about Christian and 5 assists last night,
Yeah.
like his playmaking is leveling up. And I just think him and Yoke being on the same wavelength is the
Yeah.
reason why.
And my big takeaway from last night was just about the starters in general, like how I mean, they literally scored every time down until they were up by 20 points in the first quarter. And then, then they, as Adam would say, the mad scientist. I think it's just a standard scientist, if I'm being. Mad scientist is when you have 5 centers starting for the Denver Nuggets in the bubble.
He had an Aaron Gordon, Yoke, Valanciunas lineup out there.
But like,
I don't know.
But like a
He
mad
had
scientist.
Spencer Jones at the 5.
I know, but like a mad scientist puts Jalen Pickett at the 5. You know what I mean? Like that guy's like, what is this guy doing?
I mean, that's an idiot scientist.
Well, sure. Some look at madness as genius.
It's a scientist they don't let coach
Yeah, it's
basketball.
just a standard scientist, really. But I do, we're going to see how that goes as the year goes on. But
Can we take a break real first?
Yeah,
and then we'll get to your big takeaway. Let's hit a break. We'll get to D-Line's big takeaway from last night and also some more from the game.
Nuggets Nation, I got to tell you about Window Nation. October is here. We're smack dab in the middle of it, in fact, and so is the return of chilly air seeping into your home. That's if you have an old or stuck or cracked window.
Yeah.
You can eliminate those annoying drafts once and for all. And, for our Serbian listeners, obviously you probably can't shop with Window Nation. We know drafts are a big deal. We know drafts can be really scary.
it's a window. It's a different nation. for you.
Eliminate those annoying and scary drafts once and for all with top quality replacement windows from Window Nation. Some of the best replacement windows
pro
out
my
there.
guy over here.
They have installation crews to finish the job in 1 day or less so you can get back to your daily routines. And that's just daily routines. With minimal interruption. Shout out Joey Badass. This month, when you buy 2 windows, you'll get 2 for free. Make no payments for 2 years, no monthly payments, no down payment, and no interest until 2027. Schedule a fast, free estimate now with the pros at windownation.com. Don't hesitate if you got an old or a window, an annoying draft, get rid of it with our friends at Window Nation.
Also, shout out to Ent Credit Union. Want to talk about an awesome product that our friends over at Ent Credit Union are offering to help us Broncos fans make the most of this season.
Hell yeah, dude.
For those of you who don't know them, Ent is the largest credit union in Colorado, proudly serving communities all over the state. They're also the official banking partner of the Denver Broncos. They have a Broncos checking account that's loaded with all kinds of perks. You can get your Broncos checking debit card, and with every 15 swipes, you have the chance to win home game tickets.
Also, with every 15 swipes, you've outscored the Broncos in London. Considering if each swipe counts as 1.
Right. A Broncos debit card, also a limited edition Bo Nix one that's available now as well.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. 10% off food and gear on game days at Empower Field. No surprise fees. If you're ready to bank like a Bronco, head on over to ent.com/DNVR, ent.com/DNVR to learn more. Insured by NCUA, membership required, account requires associated Ent Broncos debit card. All right, back here on the DNVR Nuggets Broncos podcast, we are presented by Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up and download the app. D-Line, you were just talking about your big takeaway from last
I was
night.
just saying, like, to hear what you guys think. Obviously, everybody watched the show. They watched my big takeaway. They've
Obviously.
discussed it online. It's been discussed ad nauseum at this point. But I wanted to hear your guys' take and just in general how fluid and efficient and terrifying the starting unit appears to be. Like they're just. I mean, this is the time of year where you have to say, all right, how much do I weigh the dominance of the Denver Nuggets based on a Nikola Jokic heliocentric passing offense that has always been super devastating, but even looks more devastating versus the Bulls just absolutely suck.
Right.
I don't know where we land there, but my God, am I excited.
So where I land is the Nuggets starting five is going to be incredible.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the best lineups in the NBA this season. They're showing that this preseason, but I still think there's another level to go up.
I do too.
From what they're showing right now.
I do too.
And I think it's because I feel like Cam Johnson still does not really fit in.
Exactly. I was just going to say, dude, their starting lineup right now is so potent that Cam Johnson's the worst player.
And he actually, in person, he looked a little even more hesitant than I thought he looked, in the first two games just watching on TV. Like, he definitely is still figuring things out, man. And that's very obvious watching in person.
At least the threes fell last night, which is nice.
A couple of the threes fell. There was even a possession where he, gave the ball real quick. What?
Finish.
Let me know if my list.
No. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm just thinking.
What if we just gaslit him all the time?
All the time.
Dude, it's
just
back.
be like,
you don't hear it right now?
Oh, dude, ow. Yeah, my Dev is in your head.
Dev is so in my head right now. So in my head. There was one possession last night where Cam gave up the ball and then Yoke got it back. And you could tell Yoke's body language to Cam was like, let's run something together right now. And they ran a little DHO pick play and they got a 3-pointer off of it for Cam. And so you can tell he's just not fully in sync with the rest of that group yet. And I think that's expected, but that's why I say I still think they look amazing. They're going to be amazing, but there's still another whole level to go.
Completely agree. And I think the reasons why they look so much better or so ready to go, right? Because we've seen the starters look great. But let's compare it to last season specifically. Aaron Gordon's healthy right now, and it looks that way when he plays basketball. And Jamal Murray is in shape right now, and it looks that way when he plays basketball.
Yeah.
And honestly, those two things alone,
I know,
might be enough.
Now,
thankfully, there is Cam, who we're and then potentially depth, which we think will manifest. But honestly, just starting from there, Jamal's in shape, Aaron's healthy. All right, that's a better team than last year.
You can just win with three of the best players. Like if you just have. You have the Splash Brothers and Draymond Green, you're just going to win.
I don't know. I will say that I think that has kind of changed more over
possibly,
the years.
But point being is that that has proven at times in the NBA to simply be enough. And now we're talking about a lot of the other things. And the Nuggets have more than that. I think is my larger point. Is that it feels like they have so many options and. The reason I snickered earlier, not at your list, which by the way is back. I don't know if you paid attention, but I tweeted during the game. I was like, "Are we sure Cam Johnson's a good shooter?" Just offhandedly. And then today, like the day, in the heat of the moment has passed, and today someone was like, "Really, bro?" I'm like,
media, man.
I'm like, bro, I was just, come on, man.
I mean, that's Eric Sedum tweet. If I've ever seen one.
That was full. I was in full Sedum mode. I was just trying to get everyone fired.
Yeah.
Pesic and beyond.
What other hangover takes do we have?
Well, I want to hear about what you guys think about the quote unquote Val's pals, aka the non-Jokic minutes, aka the bench.
Well, what's really interesting, man. And I don't know if this is where you were going to go vote, but this was my biggest observation last night with the second unit. Is Peyton Watson the backup point guard? Because that's kind of what it seems like.
Maybe.
I still think it's just so they didn't do the Murray stagger as they didn't give that as much of a look in this game as they did in game 3. I think that's still going to be how it shakes out.
I 100% agree. Yeah.
But let's take that out of that. After that, it's part of it. Yeah.
He's playing way more point guard than Bruce Brown if Jamal Murray's not on the court and Yoke's not on the court. Peyton Watson, that's his role, it looks like.
I know it. And the thing that bothers me about that is that what that means is he brings it up and just immediately dishes it off. And it's like he's not setting it up. starting the offense, getting actions going. It's like this is the version of a point guard we had when we had Emmanuel Mudiay, where he just he just brought the ball up and then the ball was out of his hands the second he crossed half court, and they didn't have a fulcrum. They didn't have a guy that was like looking to kind of figure it out, maybe even dissect what the defense is doing and be able to read and react from that standpoint. And I just feel like it's going to catch up with them. I mean, as it gets brought up every time we talk about this, it's like Murray kind of is the backup and the starter. Yeah. And when Murray's off, Jokic is kind of the point guard. And, so you find yourself in a position where one of those two has to be on the court all the time. And it's tenable, it's passable, but like, man, I don't love it. I don't love that.
Yeah, you just don't love it because we haven't seen it in a real stakes environment before. And like P-Watt's done some really good things in that role so far this preseason, but it still feels weird.
It does.
And do you continue to give him looks at that, whether Murray's staggering or not, so that when you get to the playoffs, that's a look you're more comfortable with, right? Because again, it's probably less, especially in the playoffs when the rotation's crunched, it's less play point guard for us and more
bring the ball up.
Yeah, because
let's not get Jamal tired out.
Yeah, they've got Jamal in hand. Like there's three guys trying to keep Jamal in jail. Can you just bring the ball up the floor?
But then it's like I just got flashes last night of like moments. I'm like, Jamal looks tired. He's just running up into the corner. P-Watt's bringing the ball up, and then it's going to get to him. A couple times it just ended up being Jamal was ISOing off of it after starting from the corner, which is not an ideal place to start to begin with. And it just was not. There was no offense. Like it was just kind of.
Yeah, the bench did not. It didn't flow as well as we've seen.
No, to that point, like I don't feel like we've seen it flow yet. Do you? I mean, like, do you feel like
the Clippers game? I thought.
I didn't see that.
Good.
I didn't see that.
And that's the one where Murray staggered, right?
Yeah, that was the one where it looked like as much of a dress rehearsal and regular season rotation as we've seen.
So I think part of this is in the preseason, and honestly, I'm game for if you're playing the Wizards, although maybe a bad example because you lose to that team.
Yeah, especially if you're a
tough matchup.
Especially if you're a scout for the
Honestly, the worst possible example that I could have
Ish
picked.
Smith is in the stands.
But maybe you just let him do that, right? Because that's developing on the floor, like that's developmental reps, and it's not like in lieu of like they don't have unless it's Murray staggering, they don't have that. So I do think it is Bruce and Peyton by committee. Yeah. I do think they want Peyton to get good at this.
Yeah.
And if you look at Peyton's like offensive identity, I don't think he has one yet. We know what he does defensively, but if you're trying to say we want to invest in this guy in both sides of the floor, what does he bring to our offense, right? In terms of what kind of lineups we're putting him into. I actually think playmaking is worth exploring. So
right. Like this is going to sound like a crazy comparison, but can he do like a mini Giannis impression, running point?
Just run into people?
Yeah, just, so he can bring the ball up and just try to get into the lane and make stuff happen that way.
Oh man, I'd be so nervous with him getting that level of like leeway.
He had one, that level probably not, but he had one where he drove and then two guys went with him, and he went up for this like I think in the past he would have taken a really awkward kind of bank floater thing, and in this one he made the read that they left Valanciunas open, and he just kind of dumps it over the top of their heads to Val. I'm like that's a basic read that you think Peyton can make and that will make the bench better. But yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't think you're looking at Bruce is like a defensive oriented Swiss Army knife. He's not a point guard. He's really not. I don't mean that. All due respect to a Nuggets legend.
It doesn't seem like the Nuggets are trying to make him the point guard.
They're not. Like every now and again, he's got a couple moments.
Yeah.
Where he's looked to create some plays and drive the lane and dish it off, and he's done all right.
Yeah.
And it's like what Bruce is like. You just want him to be a dog. You want him to be
dog,
and
he's looked great
on
defensively.
defense. Like, that's the thing. It's like he's looked incredible defensively.
Really
that's
has.
the thing. It's like he really is in guys' faces. He really does lock guys up. He really does intimidate them. Scream
and it's
at the
natural
bench.
to him. Like preseason, any game, just roll out the ball. He's playing D.
He absolutely, and it's great. Like and then you hope you get like a wide open three from him every now and again when the defense kind of decides to ignore him, and you get a tough rebound, and you get a floater that you weren't expecting. But it's like he's not the point guard. We've gone through this already.
Right.
I do think it's going to be Jamal help them, but Jamal play point guard for that group is different than Jamal save this unit that has no hope.
Yeah.
Like, I think they have enough pieces now where now they're just missing the point guard.
Yeah.
And if Jamal is, in fact, in better shape, as it sort of seems like it, He's probably better suited for that role. So while it feels frustrating that it would just go right back to that, I think it might be a very natural solution to this real problem in a roster that has a lot of strengths.
Yeah. Let's hit another break. On the other side, what are we going to talk about?
Well, we got all kinds of things. We can go around the association.
Around the association.
We can look
also,
at
I
rankings.
wanted to talk about the Celtics putting the media against the
That sounds like
coaches.
Sounds like we're going around the association.
We'll hit on that after this.
Also, Malcolm Brogdon retired.
That's around the association.
Oh, my bad. UC Health Fan Media Takeover. Visit UC Health's Fan Media Takeover at the corner of 16th Street and Arapahoe. Get your official Media Day photo taken and enter for your chance to win an autographed memorabilia. That's a...
Sure it is.
I didn't know that was a hard word to say for me.
You should try saying it with a lisp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it would affect that.
Nope.
That's how much I know about lisp.
You can win some autographed memorabilia, some Nuggets merch, and more. Share your photos on social. Tag UC Health and DNVR while you're there. UC Health is bringing a unique experience to 16th Street. That's where you'll get those Media Day photos taken. It's a pop-up activation. Enjoy it. The schedule is as follows. Tuesday from 4 to 8 p.m., Wednesday from 4 to 8 p.m., Thursday from 3 to 6 p.m., and Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. So follow along and tag your Media Day photos to UC Health's social channels. On Instagram, that's at UC Health, and on Twitter, it's at UC Health.
Rocky and Nuggets dancers on Friday. Katie Wingy on Tuesday.
You can go.
Get out there.
You can go talk and meet Katie Wingy. You can ask her, just how drunk was I in San Diego? And I'll give you the answer. Very.
Okay. Shout out to
Honestly, can confirm all the way around.
Shout out to Toyota. Trucks, cars, SUVs, whatever you need. Toyota, they've got you absolutely covered. 17 models available, all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. They've got more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker. 16 different hybrids to choose from, like the Tundra High-Force Max Hybrid truck, the Tacoma, the Land Cruiser, SUVs, RAV4, the Grand Highlander. They've got everything you need at Toyota. If you're in Colorado, if you're somewhere else, make sure to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mount States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson, Toyota East Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets and the official vehicle of DNVR. Let's go places. Cool. Back here on the DNVR Nuggets podcast, we are presented by Bet365. Use the code DNVR365 when you sign up and download the app. The Celtics
around the association.
Hey, can you put the real graphic up?
It's my best work.
So the Celtics got all their media together and told them they were going to play a pickup game against each other on the practice court. And then apparently at the last minute, Joe Mazzulla was like, no, actually, you guys are going to play against the assistant coaches. And what happened was...
They're all like former players.
I mean, as a lot of assistants are, I'm sure those are the ones who played.
The Sham God, he might be on the Celtics staff.
I didn't see the final score, but it was like 60-3 or something.
Yeah, dude. It's like
4. I think 57.
This sounds like Adam's daughter's game.
Yeah. But now a lot of people have been asking, other teams need to do this sort of thing. So the Nuggets, I've been told, are putting together a media skills challenge at a date that's to be determined. Of course, if you guys know, listeners of the show know, I am the former MVP winner of the Media Skills Challenge.
Right,
which was done like a decade ago.
Still holding the trophy from 2019. The only
Suck
time
on
it's
that,
ever been
Ryan
done.
Blackburn.
My name is still the one and only one on it. But they're bringing it back this year, apparently, in the next couple weeks. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to try to pull the same thing as the Celtics and
just have...
at the last second, just say, no, you're actually playing a game against Jared Dudley and JJ Barea.
Yeah, dude. So
just JJ Barea giving you buckets.
2 years ago, different conversation.
Yeah.
Right now,
Right.
not that far out of their career. JJ,
No.
yes. JJ, yeah, sure. But two NBA players, man.
Yeah.
Jared Dudley's a big guy, too.
Yeah.
He's a big fella.
Yep.
So it's not going to go well.
I was trying to think of what our starting five would be also.
Okay, so I got it. Okay, so the
Adam's probably in there.
Adam's definitely.
I mean, that's, yeah.
Dev's injured, right? He can't play, or he's
Let's just think about
Dev would play.
all healthy starting
all
five.
healthy.
all healthy. Okay.
Also, I think Dev could still get up and down the court right now.
Okay. I don't know if anybody who's good.
I think Adam, Dev, and you would start.
I'm way past my prime.
I know, man, but
we're talking about healthy.
The other options, and with great respect to my good friends, I'm lumping myself in. I'm going to start with myself, okay? The other options are me, Vinny, Bennett, Ryan, and Matt.
Katie? Can we get Katie in there?
Katie's
in the starting five.
What about
But
what about Vic?
Guys?
Yeah, what about Vic?
The altitude guys, yeah.
Marlo, Hastings.
Oh yeah, Hastings for sure. Vic's
Vic is actually his comp might be JJ Barea. His NBA comp.
If we can get the team media, we got a chance. If you get Katie and you get Scott Hastings and you got Vic, that's different.
I think we would just need Scott for a little size. Although you'd probably try to put him in the action. I don't know what Swipa's game is like.
I don't either. He just seems like he can play. It's not the point, Kale. This is all fake.
Swipa, I mean, at the very least, I know Swipa could bring some muscle off the bench.
Bring him in. It's by default. Yes.
As lives in town now. Can we claim him?
Yeah, he's not Nuggets media.
He just is media. He's not Nuggets media.
Although, give him another year.
I'd say our starting five would be Adam, Katie, Dev, Hastings, Vic. That's five.
Yeah, all right, there you go.
I'll bring myself off the bench.
Okay, cool. So, you guys would get that team would get absolutely murdered.
Versus
just to mop
Jared
the floor.
Dudley, JJ Barea, Rodney Billups.
Just murder.
By the way, Rodney Billups can be our enforcer off the bench.
Rodney Billups, just to take you behind the curtain a little bit at training camp, walks around ready to play. Headband on, shooting sleeve on at every practice. Ready to go.
Yeah, like a manager in the MLB that's wearing the baseball uniform. I'm gonna get out there and take a few cuts.
Literally, he's like every, and I think he was. To be fair, he was practicing and helping out, but. Literally every time I saw him, I'm like, bro, you're ready to play an NBA game right now.
Two things I'm sure of. We have assembled the greatest media squad, maybe in all the land. And two, they would be cooked to a degree that you couldn't even talk about it. They'd have to sign NDAs after what happened.
Also, I don't know if Scotty can make it up and down the court.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on.
We might need
you know what, dude? Scott Hastings
center.
Is in good shape right now.
Is he?
Throwing that out there. That's a Brennan Vogt take.
Okay. All right, let's go. All right, he's our five.
He's in game. I'll say it. He's in game shape. He's don't know.
What? Right. Which game though?
He's like, brother, don't say that for me. Yeah.
He's the Catan, that game.
It wouldn't go well for us. Here's the other thing. Here's another detail on that scrimmage.
Okay.
So one of the two Celtics media members that scored a bucket in that game, I think.
If you score a bucket in that game and you're one of the two people, you're taking that to your grave.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
You're also going to your grave probably later that evening.
Except one of the guys that scored, I also think it was all his fault. So I followed this on the Twitter.
Oh, yeah, Hanslick.
Bobby Manning, I think is his name. He told Joe Mazzulla, we're going to beat you. And he said it twice. And then Joe Mazzulla announced, actually, we're going to full press. We're going to full court press this entire game.
Ooh.
We're going to beat you,
He trash-talked Joe Mazzulla before the game. So I don't know Bobby at all, but that's what I saw.
We're going to beat you? He said, is it laughing?
Yeah. And then, but it's Joe Mazzulla who was not laughing when he said we're full court pressing.
I have to shout out this funny interaction that happened with friend of the show, Bennett. Apparently Christian Brown, unprompted when the Nuggets media entered the locker room last night, he said, put Bennett in the action.
I can confirm this happened. I was standing right there. This did happen.
We can do all of this if then the players have to come in and ask us questions afterwards and we big time them the entire time.
And then after that, I was like, Dudley's probably going to drop 30. And Christian Brown was like, no, you don't have to worry about Dudley. So
nice.
Ogie too. I mean, like JB.
Oh, that's a good point. J.K. Waller says Dempsey would probably be in our starting five too.
Okay.
Yeah. He'd probably sub in for Hastings in the first 30 seconds.
Okay, so we just
and Chase Buford too actually played even.
Dang, dude, this squad is getting more and more impressive.
It's actually it's both sides of it. It's also that the Nuggets assistant staff right now is chock full of talent.
Yeah,
just murderers, just
murderers row.
Okay, well, so that we shouldn't make that happen, right? Like that would be bad for everyone involved.
We'll see, because apparently this media skills challenge is coming up. We'll see if it switches to a coaches versus media game.
They should test media skills. Typing, you know what I mean?
We should have the coaches try to type
ad
out
reads.
An article.
Yeah, ad reads.
Do an ad read.
By the way, my word per minute, woeful.
Yeah, mine is actually terrible.
I still chopstick, bro. I'm a professional writer. 32 years into my life, I still do it like this.
Wow.
Yep. Not recommended if you're going to do this job. Learn how to type.
Also around the association.
Yeah, let's stay around it. Let's keep
The
going.
long-awaited signing has happened. Russell Westbrook is going to the Kings.
This thing has been rumored for ever.
So long awaited that I forgot about it.
So this was in the works when we got Big Val.
Right. I mean, it's been a rumor all offseason and into the preseason.
I'm amazed, honestly, that Russell Westbrook didn't end up on the Rockets. I thought that was like my absolute guarantee that that's where he was going to go after Fred Van Vliet went down.
They're up against the first apron. I'm not going to stat squatch it because but they basically can't do it is the long and short of it.
Well, it's like they can't, but they could, but they won't.
They'll like have to make a trade.
Okay.
So maybe mid-season they could do something about it, but I don't think that they could just like sign Russ off the street. Was the deal?
Really? They don't have they don't have a mid-level exception. They don't have.
I think they were flush out of options that wouldn't put them up over the apron.
Okay. Well, tough. Okay. Well, do you have thoughts on it?
I mean, I just think it's like the absolute worst fit for him possible.
I know.
to be completely honest.
How many teams does this make for him? Do we know?
It's a lot, but I mean, if you just think about that Kings team, it's now Sabonis, DeRozan, Levine, and Westbrook.
I think 7 teams now if you count the Kings.
7, dude. Thunder,
Rockets, Wizards, Lakers, Clippers.
I mean, this is like a redo of the Bulls' 3 alphas. I feel like
this is
2 of the 3.
This is so true. You're exactly right.
One of the 3.
Just a bunch of oversized guards that can't actually. Oh man, they're a disaster. Why do they want him? I don't even get it.
They wanted him originally.
Yeah, but like why?
And then they cleared cap space for Dennis Schroeder.
Yes.
Cap space for
Who's
Schroeder.
their starter? And it seems like Westbrook's going to be on the bench.
They ended up with Dario Saric on accident.
They do have a weird roster.
They do have some say weird, others say terrible. I say terrible. Whatever.
They probably have the most talented, objectively bad roster.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And if Kings coach Doug Christie is thinking about playing Westbrook at the same time as Dario Saric, don't. We know from 1.5 games that does not work.
Are you worried, Eric, that this is going to take minutes away from Isaiah Stevens?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's not right what they're doing out there. Nick Clifford, Isaiah Stevens, for no reason, just because I'm a fan of the game. It doesn't matter to me where they play ball. I don't even remember, frankly. Those guys need minutes. I think we can all agree on that. David Roddy needs minutes. I don't even know what team he's on. He needs minutes. This is ridiculous. It's an outrage.
An outrage.
Whatever.
Asunder, proud to be.
This is I do love like these odds and end deals that come in. You're like, okay, like the season. This is not moving the needle. This is doing absolutely nothing. Now people can. My favorite thing about Russell Westbrook specifically is that he has collected such an enclave of sycophants and fans alike, and they treat it like a moral issue as to whether or not he's on a team. It's like, this isn't right. It's like some sort of like affront to God himself that Russell Westbrook in year 58 is not on a team after he declined a player option.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does feel more significant for Westbrook than the Kings in that, like, I don't know how much, just that he didn't want to go overseas. And he stays in the NBA, and he was out of options. It had to be here. He's going to get another year in the NBA. That's what he wanted.
Sure.
So that's a development. But it does, I don't know, like the Kings are like, I mean,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
I feel like I said that well.
Exactly. Well, do you? What are your lasting feelings of Russell Westbrook now, having gone through the entire affair?
I think it was almost all the things.
I mean, honestly, like he was awesome for the Nuggets. If you just look at the whole complete package, they needed him last year.
Yep.
You know, they were in a position with their roster where they needed Russell Westbrook to play a big role. Like they just needed that weapon off the bench, and he provided it off the bench. He was good with the starters. You know, there was a lot of, you know, drama, and there's stuff that went on behind the scenes, but that happens with every team.
That he's on.
That he's on and that he's not on. But overall, man, overall, I think it was a positive.
My question is, do you find yourself in a position where you're rooting for Russell Westbrook?
I'm right back where I started on this. I'm right back where I started.
Me too.
I'm with Win because by the way, Murray gets hurt. I don't think there's another minimum player in the league that comes
Definitely
in
not.
and spot starts.
That's
No
what I'm
question.
saying. Like
Yep.
he was
No
perfect
question.
for what
Perfect.
they needed last year.
They probably missed the playoffs.
No
I
question.
agree with that comment in the chat.
They might have. Yeah.
And even in the first round against the Clippers, Russ was good, man. In the
He was
first round,
awesome.
Russ was very good.
He was awesome.
He was
He had some really high highs and some low lows.
yeah. And the second round, he
Giveth
was
and
really
taketh.
bad. The second round was one of those lows.
Yeah,
but he wasn't the only one.
I already forgot about Giveth and Taketh.
How could you forget about Giveth and
Because
Taketh?
I have giveth all my memories of Russell Westbrook. I never wanted to taketh them in the first place.
I don't think he's like why guys got fired, right? Like he's like he can be like a lightning rod for those conversations. But I do think he was a source of tension in the like. I think
Absolutely.
he's virtually all the things that people say.
I know, that is-
He
that's-
totally is, man.
He is one of those situations where everyone
He was
is
the
right.
best teammate, but also not the best.
Yeah,
sometimes.
also not the easiest.
He's like the
teammate.
best teammate that will stab you right in the back.
Also around the association, Malcolm Brogdon
I know.
retiring.
I can't believe that he retired before he got to be rumored to go to the Nuggets for another 10 times. Like he didn't follow the Kevin Love path.
Miroslav tweeted, the pods are in shambles right now because their favorite player for every team
I know.
is a free agent or is retiring.
He was born in '92 and he's had a boatload of injuries. Like some people were saying this came out of nowhere. Strong disagree.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been heading here for a while. Easy to say now, but to Miroslav's point and to Eric's point, the last 2 to 3 years, I feel like we've had kind of conversations.
It's him and D'Anthony Melton.
Yeah, and you just go like
Kevin Love, dude.
you go one, I don't know how good they are, and the other, I'm pretty sure is retiring soon. You know, and that's where Malcolm is. So unfortunate for him that the injuries probably cut his career. The peak of it shorter than he wanted, but I felt like he was headed here for a while.
Yeah.
What is do we know the whereabouts of DeLon Wright?
Rumored to be on the Nuggets in the buyout market.
Every team, they're like, we need DeLon Wright. You're like the
I
guy
think he's a free agent.
keeps getting cut, that keeps getting bought out.
man.
Like,
He's
yes,
could we sign him to the
need-
15th roster spot?
his defense is unbelievable.
He can't shoot,
Right.
but his defense.
We could teach it. We could teach it.
We
I
need
know
a
we
ball
could teach it.
handler.
Yeah.
No, and it's that's the thing because everyone would say even still we need a ball handler, but you go like, yeah, he would have retired. So I get it. I get not taking the Malcolm Brogdon route.
Yeah.
Shout out to Malcolm Brogdon for a pretty lengthy NBA career, man.
And a
He's
terrible
had to do.
CBA.
Not bad. Yeah. He
Oh yeah, was he a part of that?
Well, was he? I'm not sure.
Malcolm Brogdon was like he was really slow, but in a way that you thought was going to be detrimental. But he was just one of those smart players that can make slow work for him.
Yeah.
And he was way more impactful than I ever thought he was going to be. But his shelf life was not very long, and I think it has a lot to do with what you're saying. He got injured a lot.
Ton down the stretch of his career.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think by all accounts, like that's like a really good dude. Like people really like that guy.
Yeah.
And I did think that at some point he'd end up on the Nuggets. He really did have Nuggets written all over his face, didn't he?
I like someone on the chat just said he retired before even playing for the Clippers.
I know, dude. I know. What happened?
So your pre-retirement stage.
Yeah. Finally, let's turn our attention to the. Oh, we have a third break. I almost forgot. Let's hit a break and then we will turn our attention to the Ringer Top 100.
That's how you know we're back in season, boys. Looks like break number 3 is back on the menu.
Yeah,
I did watch it 2 nights ago, by the way.
You did, the Two
And
Towers?
Did I annoy my girlfriend by saying that line when it happened instead of letting her watch the movie?
Which one? Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Back on the
All right,
menu.
here we go. Bet365 is an official partner of the Denver Nuggets. Did you know that? Did you also know that it's football season and they offer plenty of great offers throughout the season? Tomorrow, if I have my calendar right, is Thursday. Fact check.
That's correct.
Nice.
That's right.
Which means it's Thursday Night Football. There's a $10 safety net bet offer that you can grab and play your way. There's also going to be the Sunday Night Football $365,000 jackpot. Place a $10 bet on the first touchdown score and get a split of $365,000 in bonus bets if your player scores the final touchdown of the game. And then on Monday, they're also going to offer a 50% super profit boost token on same game parlays. So if you are a football fan,
I am.
you'll notice that your sport is slowly taking over the entire week.
I do.
And Bet365 is covered with sweet offers for all of those football game days. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up and use the code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on these spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. You have to be 21 or older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Check out Volo, Denver's most popular provider of adult social sports leagues, pickup games, and events. They got tons of sports throughout the city: soccer, volleyball, pickleball, kickball, basketball, cornhole, many, many more. Playing with Volo, it's a great way to meet new people, make friends, be social, stay or get more active in a fun way. Mix up your routine, mix up your after work routine. The cool thing about Volo is they have leagues all over the city: Lodo, Rhino, Highland, City Park, Cherry Creek, South Broadway, and more. They got tons of sports, like I mentioned: soccer, volleyball, pickleball, kickball, basketball, cornhole, many more. You can sign up as a free agent. You can also sign up with a team, small group or full team. All ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Make sure to use the code DNVR10. You get $10 off any Volo Denver league. All right, we're back on the DNVR Nuggets podcast. We're presented by Bet365. Use the code DNVR365. We got a new top 100, guys. The Ringer, they've dropped theirs. Top 100 players in the NBA. We've gotten a lot of top 100 lists so far.
Hell yeah, we have. Dude, we are in prime ranking season.
This is our latest one. What I'm most interested here is, how does this list compare to the ESPN top 100?
That's what we have to do. We have to compare and contrast. Mercifully, Jokic has appeared in the number one position in every ranking list that we've gotten. We've had to have no righteous indignation. We've actually gotten to the point where this has become old hat. We don't care anymore. At least I don't. I don't even care. All I do when I get these lists, all I do is scroll the top. Jokic. Okay, good. Done. I don't care. Then I close it right out.
Move on. Next list.
Do not care about any other part.
I like their description there. It's pretty simple. The best player in the solar system.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. And especially being so heliocentric. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, who else do we have on this list?
Well, I mean, I was looking through. There were a couple that I was like, really? I mean,
SJ at 2.
I find Jalen Williams to be so deeply overrated, but that's
Where
whatever.
is he on
He's
this?
I
mean, he had a great year, man.
I know, but look at how high.
Well, yeah. Let me hold my tongue.
Yeah,
let me hold my tongue.
He is 15.
The 15th best player, the higher ranked that Jamal Murray's ever
Evan
been.
Mobley at 16, huh?
I mean, who do you think Towns is better than Jalen Williams?
Yes.
Do you
I
think
don't.
Devin Booker is better than Jalen Williams?
Yes.
Devin Booker, I might say yes.
Devin Booker is getting a little underrated here.
That's what I'm saying.
18?
I'm saying, man.
But Jalen Williams, I think, like once you get past the Shays, the Jokic, the Giannis,
Jalen
I
Brown
think Paolo's better than he is.
You think Paolo's better than? I don't think Paolo's better than Jalen.
Paolo is overrated, man.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams benefits from a very stacked team.
He does.
Yeah,
I think Jalen Brown is better than Jalen Williams.
I think Jalen Williams is a big part of what makes it a stacked team, man.
Except for sometimes it's not. Like, he has the benefit of being able to disappear off planet Earth. I would put him, like, Jalen Williams to me would be no higher than 30.
So he'd be below De'Aaron Fox.
Like, I think Chet Holmgren is better than Jalen Williams.
Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
So Jamal Murray, if we remember, 46th on ESPN's top 100. He's in the 30th.
Jamal Murray has made himself the most unrankable player in the NBA.
It's so true, man.
We have the most rankable and most unranked.
Absolutely.
I think you could go like anywhere from like 26 to 46, and one person out there would be like, "Yeah, I get it."
For sure. This is the second thing I do with these
46?
lists.
That seems low.
First thing I do, go right at the top. Jokic, okay, good, we're fine.
This
and then
is
I scroll
Jamal
down
Murray's
and I just
10th season
and I just,
in the NBA.
yeah, and I just see where Jamal Murray is, and I'm like, okay. I have no reaction. I'm like, whatever. Yeah.
What do they have for his strengths? Pull-up threat, definitely true. Clutch gene, definitely true. Ball handling, I think that's become the case. Movement shooter. That I'd like to see more of, to be honest. The last one. Yeah. But I think if that's a strength of his this season, I think if Jamal Murray is in shape and willing to kind of shoot threes, especially catch and shoot threes without overthinking it, very easy for me to say. It's just my thought. I think it makes him
he has
all-star level player.
He has the potential to be top 20 easily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. I mean, listen, I don't know how high his window is or his ceiling is because he doesn't know.
Well, here is the question, and they even wrote it here in their analysis. They wrote, "Has he already peaked?"
I don't think. Well, we're gonna find out. But I'm saying, like,
we are gonna find out.
To me, Jamal Murray is always his ceiling is always whatever Donovan Mitchell's ceiling is. Like those two should be that. Like
I think his ceiling's.
I'm not saying he's. I'm not saying he's. Well, Donovan Mitchell's
on this list.
Yes, he's in the top 10. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe that Jamal Murray has earned that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, in Jamal Murray by all rights should be his rival in the NBA always. It's like. Those two guys going head to head, they came in around the same time. They had that epic battle in the bubble. It should have, since that point, it been those two going back and forth. Who's the top dog? And Jamal Murray is just like, just a lot of wasted time.
This does seem like the last season, one of his maybe last chances to prove if he has not peaked.
Yes, exactly. If there's another leap to make, I think we see it this year.
It's got to be this season.
Or we don't see it at all. I mean, the chat says he peaked in 2023. That's obvious.
That was a peak.
That is a peak.
That's
we don't know if that is the
this
peak.
point. You're right. That is obvious. I'll just say, like, if it's true that he's taking his conditioning seriously and his whole approach seriously and wants to be great in November, he said, I'll say he's ahead of schedule in October, then he has a chance. He has a chance to be better because he's never made an all-star team, and I think he can. And maybe he won't be better than he was in the NBA Finals, but can he have a more consistent year from start to finish? It is possible, man. I think Murray's one of those guys where I don't think he's up against his talent ceiling. I think he's up against is he getting everything out of his talent?
That's exactly right. It's just like lots of wasted time with
Yeah.
Jamal Murray to this point. So who else? So then what? Who's next on the Aaron
next
Gordon, right?
Is Aaron Gordon here
41.
at 41.
That feels low too. I mean, Aaron Gordon is so good.
He is 40
so
on
good.
ESPN's top 100.
Would you take Aaron Gordon over Evan Mobley?
Evan Mobley?
Yeah.
If I was a brand new franchise, no. From the Denver Nuggets, yeah.
Just for everything that he can do. I mean, I
I'm
love.
the Nuggets, yeah, I'd rather.
Would you take Aaron Gordon over Jalen Williams?
If I'm a new
Yes.
No,
I mean, he's Mr. Nugget. He's
if I'm the
perfect.
Nuggets, yes. If I'm the Nuggets, yes. Again, like
Dude, his game is so much reversal.
I'm saying, like, if I'm the GM of like one of the 10 worst teams in the league, I'm actually taking one of those two guys.
Yeah,
over
you
AD.
probably want Mobley. I mean, sure, but like if you're trying to win a championship, AG
to be your number.
10
Both
times
of those
out of
guys,
10.
but both of those guys are secondary, tertiary guys. And for my money, this is the most well-rounded third player in the NBA. I'm not mad about this because again, like this is the Jokic canopy effect whereby he absorbs all of the sunlight and all of the success that the Nuggets have gets attributed to him for obvious reasons. But like Aaron Gordon is becoming criminally underrated. Like especially with how good he's looking this offseason. I just can't believe how good he looks right now. He looks powerful. He looks confident.
He looks awesome.
I mean,
He looks healthy.
that's exactly right.
Because I think like he's kind of rounded into this placement on these lists the last few years. And if you ask anyone about him, they'll say all the championship stuff. But last year he just wasn't healthy, and this year he looks it. And the shot, which just is different. It just is different out of his hand right now. So
Different.
Look, it's that's the thing about these lists, man. Like if I were looking to pick a younger player that might have a higher ceiling or might fill different roles, like yeah, Jalen Williams and Mobley are exciting players. But if I'm the Denver Nuggets with the way you've built this roster, Aaron Gordon is the exact kind of player you want. So
I think exactly what you're saying. The weight of the future is being counted in here.
sure.
And I just think at this moment, whatever.
Let's run through these last two. Cam Johnson at 62. He was 67 on ESPN, and Christian Brown at 79.
See, this is awesome.
He was 62 on
This is another one of
ESPN.
these things where it's like
they were flipped on ESPN, right? Yeah, Christian
Yeah,
was
you
ahead
get to
of him.
you get to see the Nuggets bump whereby Cam Johnson, by virtue of the fact of coming to the Nuggets, is now a better player, and Michael Porter Jr. by going to the Brooklyn Nets is now a worse player.
Where did Porter rank here?
He's like in the 70s,
He is 77.
77, right
Yeah,
on
all right.
Christian.
I think that's about right.
All right, couple super chats here before we end today's show.
Jackson Foley, on the off chance Strother has a breakout year, what will be his nickname? Juju, Strawman, the Scarecrow. I've heard the team call him Jew, like J-U.
Yeah, we can't do that.
I don't think we can do that.
We can't scream out Jew.
We can't do that. We probably
Also,
won't do
Jackson,
that.
shout out being a month
Yes,
long
dude.
a member of the supporters club.
Hell yeah, dude. He's got his free super chat, and he used it on a very good question. Yeah, we're not
I
gonna-
like Juju.
Even that's kind of weird.
Juju's different. Juju's different.
Juju. I would just say like we should just call him the strawberry, dude. Strawberry or the straw dog.
Bursts when he's going off.
Dean G, CB running 2-man game with Yoke means they no longer lose 2-man game with Jamal staggers. Jamal can run it with Val. Could be huge in playoffs. Jamal and Val together. Yes, that is a great combo for the bench. That's what it should be centered around.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, guys. That's all we got.
Dang, what a good show.
Great show. Thanks for hanging
Something
out
was
with
different
us.
about today. What was it?
Thanks
What was the
to
difference about
everybody
today's
hanging out
show?
with us in the Toyota chat. We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh boy, Willie. Did
to
we
preview the last preseason game of the preseason?
Tomorrow marks the final dog day of the preseason. And then we're into the dog day of the seasons.
See you guys.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.